If you remember the last video, you may have seen these wooden panels on top of the 80/20. Now they're inside the channel of the 80/20. It's just some 1/4 inch Luan, 1/4 inch plywood panels. And yes, they rattle. So remember I said this is a failed headliner? Well, I do have the rubber gasket here from 80/20 if I wanted to put that in place and stop these from rattling. But why is this failed? Let's take a look. So this is how it would look if I installed it the way it is. I did actually have to drill out the vancillary holes just a teeny bit. They were just a tiny bit too small for 1/4 20 threads, and the 10 series stuff works really great with 1/4 20. You can see this is dead center aligned. You can pop these out and you can gain access to the hole that's here and send that bolt up into a T-nut that's in this channel. If I wanted to use this shelf, there we go. I even grain matched the wood underneath. Well, and you know, it fits perfectly, but there's this gap. Let me give you a quick tour. Hold on tight. Now you can see that grain match between the two pieces. And it lines up nicely here. All right, my engineering was good. And it's really not bad. But I just can't get myself happy with the gaps back there. And 80/20 doesn't really curve very well. So it is what it is. I want a more full shelf up there. Hold on. So there you go. I mean, the engineering worked. I'm just calling it a failure because I ended up doing so many different things that I didn't like. Tried different things, didn't like it, tried different things, made myself get to the end product. I said I owed myself that. And there you go. You know, it could work, but I'm going to change it. As you can see, it fits, it works. It was my first really true experience with 80/20, although I teased you on that piece over there. We'll get to that. So I did so many different things. I tried these inside corner pieces. It meant that I had to do crazier inside corner cuts on these panels to slide them in place. I said, okay, well, if those are a pain, let me try to do these bridge plates. So I had these bridge plates everywhere. And then I thought, well, that's just an eyesore, because I was trying to make this thing as plain and clean as it could be. So I got rid of these. Now I have the end fasteners in place, which meant that I had to drill a lot of holes, pilot holes, so I could get into the end of the hex bolts and tighten them down. But that ended up being the final design choice for this thing. And I mean, ultimately, it works, right? It fits. It'll go onto the vancillary brackets that are in the van there. But after all of that work, I just don't like it. You know, the curve of the headliner still leaves this air gap in there. And, Even with the planning here, the center piece is very specifically here because of that hole available to you in the forward headliner shelf. I could have a T-nut on the bottom side of this. I can slide right into there and hook the thing up. And so not only is it supported by the ancillary brackets, it's supported in the center as well. So all sorts of different design decisions went into this thing, but ultimately I just don't think I like it. And that's what happens with custom design. I am going to do something with the ancillary template. I still have my cardboard template from when I originally test fit the thing. And I'll use those video clips when I actually show you my final headliner shelf. I am going to stick with side rails and a front. And I'm going to mount probably 1/2-inch plywood and carpet that for that final design. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. Let's move on to this piece over here. Come on, come closer. Okay, we're nice and close, right? So this is where my van build project is starting to get more exciting. I've used SketchUp for the first time, just the free web version. Pretty sure I'm gonna at least pay for the basic version. And I'll show you a little bit of this drawing of this that you're looking at, this contraption. I'm going to turn the front towards you. So imagine that this is the lower right corner of a box that I'm going to build. I'm going to build this box so that I can test, one, what I've learned about 80/20 now, box frame, the box construction, and here we have the Blum drawer glides. Right, so they're the soft close. Pull them out, soft close. As you can see, I have this inset. I believe that's about 5/8 of an inch. So I am intending on having drawer faces that are inset in the frame, right? Not on the face, but inset. So I've never done that before. I want to practice that. I've never built drawer boxes for Blum drawer glides. I want to practice that. I've never used these marine slam latches. So I want to test that. It's going to be an exciting project. I'm really looking forward to it. It's just all about learning for me, and hopefully you get a little bit out of it as well. Let's get to the computer drawing at least so I can show you the full design of this thing. Okay, here's my model in SketchUp. Now it's just the 80/20, doesn't even have all the connectors and anything. It just has the little front two ones here. As I was modeling this, to make sure I reminded myself this had to be the front, and this was where the inset drawer faces would go. That piece, that little kind of corner that we were looking at earlier, this is the 12-inch piece that the Blum drawer glide is attached to in that little kind of corner mock-up. So I'll just kind of give you a quick spin around this. Turn this to the left side. So you can see here in the front, this big opening here, it's an 8-inch drawer. And then this one up here is a 2.5-inch drawer. The total height is 15.5 inches. These are each 12 inches, same on the other side. Okay. These are 14.5. These are 14, and these are 12. Again, right, you saw that was 12 a moment ago. So that 14 and 12, I get a 14 by 14 square. Okay, and the height is determined by the fact that my drawer boxes are 8-inch drawer box, 2.5-inch drawer box, plus the spacing that I need between them. Again, this is going to be the railings that I mount the Blum drawer glides to for the upper drawer. And I'll have a top, sides, etc. using the panel bracket mounts. Now that you've had a good look at this, you know what the final design should look like, at least for the 80/20 frame. And keep in mind that this distance is 12 inches. It just so happens, dumb luck, This is 12 inches as well on the side of this headliner shelf that I'm about to take apart. So I'm going to end up reusing these pieces, which is great. They're not going to go to waste. And of course, when I do rebuild that shelf, I don't know if they're going to be 12 inches or 14 inches. I'm going to remeasure that on the ancillary brackets. So anyway, these 12-inch pieces will be reusable in this project. I may have said on the computer screen that, should I have 2 closed faces here for this project? Yeah, sure, but I don't want to order the 80/20 just specifically for that. I'm just going to use some of the stuff that I have laying around. All this 80/20 right here came from their Be an Engineer kit. It's all 10 series stuff, so it was enough to play with. Right there you can see that's that inside corner that I said failed on that headliner shelf, but that's going to work great for allowing the drawer face to sink in here. Now, could I have used an L bracket in the back here? Yeah, that's an option too, right? I could have used that. So I had a few ways I could have designed this, but I chose this, and next video will be all about how I put this thing together. We'll see you on the next one.